Hello, YouTube family. Auntie is here, Patty Jackson. I'm your auntie of pop culture. We're going to start with a hug because you never know who needs a hug. So I love to say it's not cute not knowing, and now you know. And I thank you guys. Yesterday was hard. It was hard. You know, when someone says, "What's a hard day for you?" When someone passes, and when someone passes that you know and love, as in a Sarah Dash, who passed away, 76 years old. Back in 1975, Labelle, because Labelle was made up, Patti LaBelle, Nona Hendrix, Sarah Dash. They topped the charts with Lady Marmalade. This past Saturday, Sarah was on stage, surprised Patti LaBelle. They got up there and they sang, "Isn't It a Shame?" You know, when they came out, they had these funky outfits. How about the spacesuits? I'll never forget being a little girl watching Soul Train, and they had these like space looks and really futuristic. But they were trendsetters, these ladies. I had a chance to talk to Patti LaBelle today. She's got to rest her voice. She thanks everyone for the love of showing Sarah. Sarah had a beautiful spirit and a beautiful smile. She loved to dress up, loved to be fancy. And she says she thanks her and Nona. They're heartbroken, for this day. But I'm sure funeral services will be in her hometown of Trenton, New Jersey, and I will let you guys know. Yesterday, we also lost comedian Anthony A.J. Johnson. He was in House Party 3. He was in the Friday movies, How to Be a Player, Baps, I Got the Hookup. There's a lot of movies. But his life was interesting. He was 55 years old, and his death was strange. They found his body in a store, and he died a while ago. We're just finding out. No, dude checked out a while ago. He's 55 years old, and he had a troubled life. Drugs, alcohol, jail. He served jail time. Something happened with a minor in his family, underage, and he went to jail. When I be making faces, it's like, y'all know what I mean. When I mean, like, I think his career really fell apart after that. Because, people don't want to be dealing with you if you doing stuff like that. But he fell on hard times. And drugs and alcohol played a part. And it's sad. He was a funny guy. But his death, I was like, am I the only one who thinks that this is so strange? But yeah, he'd been dead for a minute. Anthony A.J. Johnson. Let's salute Ashanti. She was the winner of that Verzuz last week with Ja Rule and Fat Joe. It was Ashanti who came stunting, and Nelly coming over there wanting a hug. Ashanti is moving into acting. She's going to be producing and starring in a movie about a woman who's getting married, but another woman shows up to make her day hell. Ashanti's got a lot of great stuff going on. She's got like 2 movie projects coming out next year. Also, she's getting a star next year on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. I've been pretty good with my little pregnancy, thinking, Jeannie and Jeezy. She loved that man. I love him too. She loved that man. They're expecting their first child. Now we're just waiting to see when Rihanna is going to reveal that she too may be a mommy. The Fugees are getting back together. Now this was a breaking story. Pras, Lauryn Hill, Wyclef Jean. It was 25 years ago that they released the score. It's been 15 years, y'all, since they last toured. They're getting back together for a series of 12 concerts. In the statement, Lauryn Hill said, "We're going to show the world what reconciliation looks like." I know one thing. I hope she shows up on time. But the Fugees, a reunion, and they're doing a 12-city tour. A little more music history. Today is the 21st of September. Know what that means? 43 years ago today, y'all, Earth, Wind & Fire released September. 43 years ago. When I first heard that, I was like, but it was 43 years ago that iconic and classic song came out. BMF, Black Mafia Family. 50 Cent has done it again. New show that's premiering on Stars this weekend. I always need my little notes here. It's the story about the biggest drug dealers in Detroit. The year was 1989. Big Meech and Southwest T. Big Meech, I think, is still in jail, but one of their sons is actually starring along with the veterans. Russell Hornsby, the brothers, Wood Harris, Steve Harris, they're brothers. Along with them, but they all star. 50 Cent starts streaming BMF, Black Mafia Family, this Sunday on Stars. Jordan Woods. She was bullied by the Kardashians when Khloe Kardashian's man Tristan was trying to hit up on her. She was best friends with Kylie. After going through that bullying episode, she got her life together. She started dating Karl Anthony Towns, and people were riding hard with her. And she seems happy, and she's in love. This past weekend, Anthony Davis of the Lakers, he's the one where his eyebrows, they kind of come together. He got married, and I think the nude look is in, because Issa Rae was doing it at the Emmys, and other people too, but Jordan, who's got a banging body, she showed up with this nude outfit and too much was showing. Jordan, you never upstage the bride. And you don't dress like that for a wedding. There's certain things where you can pull that off if you're going to a party or something, but not a wedding. They were saying the other NBA wives and girlfriends wanted to kick her behind. I guess they did, because everybody was looking. This girl got that pow, pow. And she has the body, she can wear it. But not to a wedding, baby. Not to a wedding. Not to a wedding. Not to a wedding. Wear something appropriate. Okay, so last night, Dancing with the Stars returned. Tyra Banks is getting on all of my nerves. What was that on her head? It looked like a lace front cornrowed wig. It was awful. It was awful. Tyra, yes, your waist was snatched in. But that wig. Tyra, you should know better. Do they not like you in the hair and makeup department over at ABC? I don't know what that was. And I know I wasn't the only one that was like, what's that? I already have my predictions. Amanda Klutz, who's on the talk, she comes from Broadway. A lot of people was like, she could dance. She comes from Broadway. Her husband was the guy, Nick Cordera, who died. I think JoJo Siwa going to win. They saved her to the end. She going to win. Kenya Moore didn't do bad. She was very happy and appreciative. Lena's back as a judge. I like that old cranky man. But you got Derek Huff, you got Carrie Ann Inaba, and of course you've got Bruno. I said I wasn't going to be sucked in, and I usually watch it as long as something doesn't tick me off. Jimmy Allen was a little stiff, the country star. I was like, oh, you're a little stiff. But Matt, the Black Bachelor, he kind of came through. I think next week the Cobra guy is going to get booted because he had the lowest scores and he was very stiff. Every year I say I'm not getting sucked into Dancing with the Stars, but when I saw, people were calling me. They were like, are you watching? Are you watching it? And I was feeling a little sad. I was trying to do stuff around the house. So I said no. And my girlfriend said, if you don't cut it on and see Tyra's hair. And I was like, Tyra, what you doing? What are you doing? The Voice, they returned last night. New voice coach. I know I tripped it up on one of the recordings. She joined The Voice, and their ratings were excellent, even though no one ever becomes a star on that show. But the ratings for The Voice were excellent. Tonight, Our Kind of People. Lee Daniels, he's getting their own TV. This show is on Fox, Morris Chestnut, 9 o'clock. Yaya DaCosta. If you watch it, we're going to talk about it tomorrow because I want to see it. He's looking all kind of fine. Morris Chestnut looks all kind of fine. Lance Gross, my man, Joe Morton. Debbie Morgan is in it. It premieres tonight on Fox. And tomorrow, the all-black version of The Wonder Years. It debuts on ABC 8:30. Don Cheadle is voicing the Wonder Years. How much time I got? I got a little bit of time here. Drew Hill wants to do a Verzuz. Check this lineup out. Drew Hill says they want to do a Verzuz with 112, Jagged Edge, Jodeci, and Boyz II Men. 112, what they had 2 songs? Jagged Edge, 2 songs. Okay, Drew Hill, you're putting it out there. I don't know if Boyz II Men would do this. And don't ever sleep on Jodeci. Jodeci got hits. I never realized how much I liked Jodeci until I saw them at a show. And the show was crazy, but they was coming with the hits. And I'm just sitting there just singing every last one of them. How do you think it would do? Should it be all of them? Or who should Drew Hill say they want to go up against? Jagged Edge and 112, they don't have enough hits to kind of like go up against a Drew Hill. Boyz II Men and Jodeci, they got a whole ton of hits. I don't think that Boyz II Men would do it because they're just in a whole nother league. They're like doing their own thing. So I don't see that happening. But what do you think? I thought it was interesting that Drew Hill would put out the challenge. Meanwhile, Puffy is still ducking Jermaine Dupri. He don't want to do a Verzuz. Don't sleep on Jermaine Dupri because, like I've always said, Jermaine Dupri, that little guy, he got hits. Subscribe to the channel so you never miss a thing. I read the comments, and you know that I've read them because I give you a heart. Leave a comment. Give us a thumbs up if you like the video. I thank you for riding out with me yesterday. I do, because yesterday was tough. Yesterday, I really couldn't think well, and I was just so excited about all of the stories that I had for you guys. But thank you for rocking out with me. I appreciate you guys. I'm Patty Jackson. I'm your auntie of pop culture.